This week, DC brings the gay back with Midnight at Apollo #1. This issue opens up appropriately with M punching a subway pirate in the face. He's chasing down this crew that have built a god train fueled by the innocence of kids to do something. We're not really sure what, but he ends up getting him down and he dispatches them all in very gruesome ways because Midnighter, he kills people. That's what he was built to do. That's what he does. And Apollo is off fighting this other giant robot thing that's made out of trains. It's really cool. It's really bizarre, but it's really cool. After the fight, everyone's kind of scared of him. They don't want to be around M because they know that he kills everyone, and that the computer in his brain tells him how to kill you in a million different ways. Apollo is even shown to be a bit. He doesn't say anything right now, but his facial expressions say that he's a bit worried with the way that everybody sees M. After this, they throw a dinner party where they invite Tony and Marina, which are kind of their only two friends in the world, and then after that, Midnighter and Apollo have this really kind of nice conversation where Apollo, he's worried about it because he's like, why do you have to kill everybody? Because there are other ways. That's your first option, but why? You shouldn't have to go to that first because it scares people and you're just brutally murdering everyone. And M just says, "It's who I am. I was built to kill people, and bad guys need to be killed." The rest of the issue shows us Bendix, which Bendix is actually the guy who made M who he is today. He tore out his bones, he did experiments on him, he erased his whole past, and he made him into this machine that he is now. And Midnighter, he's actually been trailing Bendix for a long time. He's been trying to find out where he is because the only goal in his life now is to kill him, to kill the man that tore away his life and left him as who he is. Midnighter starts interrogating all of these different guys to try to find out where Bendix is. And interrogating for him is like I said, it's a brutal thing. He's breaking dudes' bones, he's cutting off arms, he's doing really terrible, horrible things, but they're all bad guys, and he believes that bad guys have to die. And he tracks Bendix to this bunker that he's in. It's like miles underground, and no one can get in there. And he gets there, he's like, "Well, this is it. I found you. You're gonna die now." And Bendix is like, "Well, that's fine, but you should look at what's happening now." And Apollo is actually outside, and he's fighting this giant robot thing with 6 arms and machine guns and blowing up everything. And it's like shooting people in the back. And Apollo, being a Superman type, he's flying around and he's saving everyone. But Midnighter is scared to death because Midnighter realizes at this moment this is all a trap, and that Bendix wanted to get Apollo alone to separate him. And at this moment, the trap springs, and Apollo is caught. Steve Orlando, who wrote the last Midnighter book, is joined this time by an artist named Fernando Blanco, who I don't know who he is, but his art is really cool. It looks a lot like the previous series art, but it has kind of a more cartoony vibe, but in a really good way. He draws panels very well. The violence is all really cool. There's a really cool 2-page spread in the beginning that's just amazing. But Orlando knows these two guys. He knows that these two are completely in love. He doesn't shy away from the fact that Apollo has issues with him, and that he loves this man. He really does, but he's not 100% with who he really is. Midnighter is the character that I wish I had known about whenever I was a kid, because being gay, you want a character like this that just takes no crap from anyone. He's gonna do his job, and he's just great. And he's very honest and pure about who he is and what his goals are. And it's just a wonderful book. You'll find yourself falling in love with M, and you're gonna get wrapped up in his story because Orlando does a great job at making you care for this man that at first glance you shouldn't care about because he's violent and he's mean. But at the end of the day, he's a hero. He really is. I mean, he kills people, but they're bad guys, right? They kidnap kids for God trains. He should be stabbing them and busting their heads, right? That's what we all want. But try it out. Check it out. It's really, really good. It's only going to go for about 6 months, but it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to read more. If you enjoy what we're doing here, then be sure to like and then also subscribe. And head over to comicplunder.com where all this cool stuff will be. We got a lot of cool stuff going on over there. And we'll see you next week.